Look at that.
Ah!
Look at that overexposure.
Oh God!
I know.
Oh God!
Look! It's him!
Ah! It's him!
It's me!
It's me!
Ah!
No.
Okay. Is that... Can we can see both of us, just about.
I just gotta lean forward.
Yeah, I know, right? He's framing, mate. He's framing.
I ain't never been framed for nothing. I've never done it. Who the fuck is Olivia Rothmeyer? Hopefully you're watching, but
I don't know.
Oh,
How many Olivias do you know?
surprising number.
Oh, that's alright then. Unmute that. Look at that. We're speaking!
Hello!
We're speaking! Hey!
Hello!
Kelly Bibb!
Hey, Kelly. At least somebody's watching.
I'm going to open up the chat on my phone so I can actually read it and I'm not squinting in this mad eye test that is trying to read my laptop. Like a
I love it.
fanny.
I love that the way your camera has made it look like my laptop is just burning.
It's
Like
on
I'm-
fire.
Like I'm just typing into molten magma.
I mean, I just assume that's how you live.
Oh, on Saturday nights.
So Dundee is not the set for the Mario movie.
No, we just try and set it on fire every once in a while.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I had just assumed high proportion of mushrooms, lizard people, and fire.
Mushrooms, yes. Lizard people, arguably. Fire, we're working on it. Actually, yeah, maybe. There's not many Italians. There's not many Italians.
Hilariously, neither does the Mario movie.
Oh, shit!
Oh no!
We are less than 5 minutes in.
Oh,
We are less than 5 minutes in.
sorry.
And the bullshit has started.
And I forgot.
There's an echo in here.
Yeah. Hang on.
The puppy is not here.
No.
I'm sorry to disappoint.
The puppy is elsewhere. I
Because
apologize.
I also would like to meet the puppy.
Yes.
No,
I
no,
know
no,
that
Lyra.
everybody wants to meet the puppy, but we're not there yet. I do apologise.
Yes, the puppy is currently in witness protection. We can't dox its whereabouts.
Much of the sad. Sorry, Kelly Bieber.
What's
Sorry.
that?
Yes, no. There will be a puppy stream one day.
Yay!
We're not quite there yet.
No.
Hang on, I'm gonna adjust that fucking camera angle again so we can actually see
Why?
him.
Why should I be perceived?
Because you are here, and that is an anomalous occurrence.
Hello, I would like the chat to roll a perception check, please.
The chat have rolled.
Fail! Yeah, I can do shit like this.
The chat have
Because we're in
rolled.
the same room.
Yeah, we are. Oh, isn't that horrifying?
Yeah!
Hey, that was shite. What the fuck?
Kill
was
it!
that?
Cut the stream now! We're done! We're over! It's over!
It never happened.
None of you saw that! Neither of you saw that! Okay, that didn't happen.
Okay.
Hey Chris, wouldn't it be cool if we high-fived right now and did it properly?
Yeah, Jonathan.
Yay! I've become one with the table. Help me. I fucking hate you. I can't believe we share so many genetics.
You believe it because you know that if I had pulled what you just pulled, you'd have done the same to me.
I know! I'm upset that you thought of it first!
Imagine if we'd both tried to miss the high five though, and it had, what a world that would have been.
I think we could have played that off.
I think we could have played that off.
Yeah, let's not community style roll the dice to work out the alternate universes.
No, God, no. I still haven't seen Community.
It's a good show.
So I'm told.
It's a good show. It's a good show. Even if you only have to ignore Chevy Chase for 2 seasons he's in.
I mean, that's fine.
Because he starts off as actually, well, he's a racist, but he's a slightly nuanced character. And then the nuance kind of dies, because also apparently Chevy Chase was an asshole, so they're like, okay, we're just going to write him to be a more and more unlikable character.
Yeah, no. Chevy Chase is famously not a particularly pleasant human being.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people like him.
Yeah. So they kind of just wrote his character. In the first season, his character is, has layers and has depth.
And then he fries the onion and he's fucked.
A little bit, yeah.
Sounds like what one does with old racist white men.
Yep.
We should set more of them on fire.
But little spoiler for like later in the seasons, he does wank himself to death. Quite literally, that's how they wrote him out of the show. Chevy Chase wanks himself to death. That's not a joke. That's not a lie. That's not an exaggeration. That is how Chevy Chase's character in Community dies.
This is a thing, though. This is a thing. Sorry to just bring the tone right the fuck down.
What, from Chevy Chase wanking himself to death? This had better be good.
But people have wanked themselves to death.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, because the story that always sticks in my mind was, and this was. So, I don't know if everyone is familiar with the concept of No Nut November. It is a mad period of abstinence in favour...
when we're all haunted by Quakers.
Yes, when we're all haunted by Quakers and we're praying for a shag happy Christmas, I assume.
I don't fucking know.
I mean, neither do I. I don't partake. And No Nut November. That's what I don't partake in. I'm not sure why I'm feeling...
But I want my almonds!
I want my almonds!
November is when everyone with a nut allergy can just walk free and unworried.
Yes, it was. The cause of death wasn't technically severe dehydration. So basically, the story was that this guy, right, to counterbalance No Nut November, would do like FAP December or something, FAP December, where he would
Overwank October.
Overwank October. See, that sounds like it was made by Blizzard.
Oh no!
But basically, the story went that on each day of December, he would wank a number of times equal to the day.
I'm sorry, what?
So on the first, once.
Yeah.
On the second, twice. On the third, 3 times.
Doesn't October have 31 days?
Well, it was December for a start.
December also has 31 days.
And death occurred around day 14. So, important lesson for everybody. If you are going to overwank, and we have done
you're going to engage in overwank.
And this is for all people of all genders and sexualities. Drink lots of fluids.
Yep.
Don't wank that much because things will start to fall off.
Yes,
bad for you.
You will pull it off. Not in the right way.
Rub it off. You know, we're not here to discriminate.
Or twist it off. Depending on who you are.
Talking about Community still. I mean, same deal. This is the thing. So then Chevy Chase having, you know, art imitates life.
Sexual health PSA from the Brothers Honey.
Oh.
If you are in the vicinity of a penis, you have access to.
Can you go in the mod chat and allow the word sexual health PSA?
Oh, it's not blocking it.
I mean, it is.
Oh. Doesn't seem like it is.
Yeah, go into the mod chat and stop moving the
I'm
fucking
sorry,
camera!
I'm sorry,
I spent so long fixing it at the start of the stream! You complete chuckle fuck!
Where's the mod chat again?
It's in the bottom right. It's the one that looks like a pen, I think.
What's the chat highlights settings?
No, what's the other one?
Just settings.
Oh. Then I have no idea how to do it not on Twitch.
Yeah, normally when the thing shows up, it says, "Hey, banned term allow."
Oh, fair. Well, this is so. Yeah, is censored.
Twitch is not letting us do that.
Well, it's never let me do that. I couldn't do that on any of my solo streams.
That's weird.
It is weird. You know what, Jonathan? It means you should log into Twitch on your laptop and you should do it.
That's very weird.
We're lost, everybody. We were in the middle of a story about people...
Anyway.
About living no longer
the
living.
Man who wanked himself inside out.
Around about day 13, 14, he landed himself in hospital for severe dehydration.
Dang.
And in hospital, when he woke up the next day on IV fluids...
Well, it's wank o'clock.
He decided to do it again and died in hospital. That's what happened.
So yeah, sexual health PSA. If you are within the vicinity of a penis that you are interested in, and you own
And you
don't do that shit.
And you have consent from the penis owner.
If you,
and also again,
you wouldn't need consent from it to not do that.
No, but also I would like to point
You
out.
don't need consent to not wank someone off to death.
Again, you know.
Wank someone off this mortal plane.
Again, also like vaginas. Also, don't
do that either.
Don't. I appreciate women can experience multiple orgasms, but I don't think that's what they meant.
The chafing.
I don't want to think about the chafing, Jonathan. It just sounds so unpleasant.
This is one of those scenarios where I'm just imagining it would rather be like riding bareback on a horse when sandpaper chaps.
Well, I was going to say, can you imagine being the person who found the body?
Yeah, I can just imagine there being like I'm just imagining a nurse standing there just being like, I tried stopping him. It's like someone else comes up and is like, what the fuck is he doing? It was like, mate, I tried stopping him 20 minutes ago. Like I tried stopping him 4 wanks ago. It's
no, but
I think I'm just letting nature run its course.
I think it's the idea that you come round, pardon the term, on your rounds. You know, you're doing the ward rounds and you turn up on the ward. And everybody else, because it wouldn't have been on his own.
No, it would have been a private room. It would have been a public ward, and everyone else is going, fuck.
Aye, everyone's just been like, nurse. By the by, you need to get him the fuck out there. And then
there's one guy who's like, no, I want to watch.
No, the nurse is over there.
Peter Larry being like,
except that the nurse has come over and goes, it's he's dead now, so he has to get moved.
I was like, cool, I'll put the sheet over him.
But he's like, no! Don't touch any sheets! He died doing what he loved. Apparently so.
If you if you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life. Fuck.
That should be the tagline for OnlyFans. It really should.
If you love what you do, you'll never work a day.
I mean, you know, they have to lean into it now after their failed attempt to ban all of the porn on OnlyFans.
Well, because turns out OnlyFans is now a restricted term on a number of websites.
Yeah.
Where they're having to semi-censor it in order to be able to say, hey, I work on OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm. Which is stupid.
Which is stupid, yeah. It's like at that point you're not getting rid of that image, it's gone.
Yeah, I'm like.
Well, I did like that there is a TikTok account out there that I have found occasionally called OnlyPans, which is it's a cooking blog.
I love that. That's a solid joke.
Yeah.
But that was.
I wanted you could start a recycling initiative called OnlyCans.
I mean,
or a JoJo fan club called OnlyStands.
I was gonna say
very niche joke.
Not as niche.
Nobody's gonna fucking get that one.
Not as niche as the one I was gonna make.
Hit me.
Well, I was gonna say you want to have your mythic folklore dancing naked in the glaives and call it OnlyPans.
Or we get the Scottish meetup that gets infiltrated by racists. It's OnlyClans.
Oh dear. Oh no, because then it would become a mobile game.
Oh god. OnlyClans.
Clash of OnlyClans.
Yeah, it's that new mobile game where all little pixel people are naked.
The ultimate cross promotion that we've all been asking for.
Woo! We need to start a new piece of management software called OnlyPlans.
Well,
we can do this all night, folks.
Oh no! I need to. Did you watch the video I sent you?
Which one?
The one about Microsoft Excel as an esport.
No, unfortunately.
Well, OnlyPlans. Let's fucking talk about this.
Okay.
If
rock.
You people. Farmers market stall, only jams.
Hey!
Solid. Appreciate that.
Sweet potatoes, only yams.
But it's a pig farm, only hams.
Hey!
But, no.
Con Artists Anonymous, only scams. I'll stop, you can talk about OnlyPlans now.
Right, okay.
I'm gonna sit around up in the corner for a minute.
Just since, all we're doing is talking garbage.
Yeah, this is a full-on garbage chat stream, because we're here and we didn't plan.
Yeah. But gay men's OnlyFans, only mans. This is true.
Nice evolution of Grindr.
I was gonna say probably. That'd be you'd have to pay for it, but like it would be just as shit.
Yeah,
Just
you
as
on my grind.
creepy. Like sorry, just like tangent. I have no issue with anyone shagging anyone as long as it's consensual. But Grindr's like location features, like that freaks me out. Like
Yes, when you find out that the guy is 20 feet behind you and closing,
yeah, like,
it's a bit of a problem.
yeah, that creeps me out, man. That just feels like that just feels not good.
Well,
to me.
well, it's also really. I'm going to talk about this more. Like, it's also really shitty considering how ambulances can't do that. If anyone should have that information, it should be a fucking paramedic.
I mean, or firefighter.
Well, firefighters, yeah.
That would be super useful. To be able to like ping someone's phone
And know
be like,
exactly where the fuck they are.
yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. Why the fuck can't paramedics do it? And I'm really annoyed that I can't make an OnlyFans joke for paramedics. I'm racking my brains here, but I got nothing.
So am I. The only one I've got is Only Farms,
No.
but PHAR Pharmaceuticals.
No, that's too many steps and
Yeah.
too many letters. I mean, I've only got trying to turn ambulances somehow into OnlyVans. It's. I mean, that is just like punk shoewear. It's OnlyVans.
Yeah. There you go.
I got nothing.
It's okay.
I got nothing.
That's okay.
All I got. Sorry, I just searched in there trying to summon the whatever spell I needed out of the void, and all I got was a really terrible abortion joke.
I mean, you know what? That's okay.
Yeah,
That's okay.
it's bad enough that I'm actually not going to tell it because it's horrible, but it's not great.
Well,
Like, you would laugh, but
Yeah.
it's also horrible.
I mean, I would laugh.
Because those things like when your brain, but also when your brain pulls out only family plans, you kind of have to. You have to say it. Because yes, I'm a horrible person.
Oh.
I'm a horrible person who makes horrible jokes, and he laughed at it.
I am not anybody's metric on what to laugh at, in that
Better not be.
my wife is still upset that, you know, one of the jokes I have written, that I wrote myself, that I was most proud of, aside from like really shitty puns.
You have to be proud of puns, otherwise they don't exist.
Exactly. Was a school shooting joke, which is just like not acceptable.
Which one was that one? Tell the internet, Chris. Tell the internet. Be beholden.
I have let the cat out the bag here, haven't I? Okay.
No, you've let the kid into the classroom. We're gonna go dark, everybody. I'm really sorry.
Okay.
There's only two of you here.
Well, I mean, YouTube's not going to be happy about this one.
YouTube doesn't like anybody.
This is true. All right. So the joke, I mean, you know, hold for applause, you know, obviously. No, it's so. I've been thinking about all of these school shootings in America and how terrible they are, okay? And I've been wondering about the kids who do the shooting, the ones with the guns. You know, like, were they being bullied in school? They're struggling at home? I don't know. Maybe a bit of column A, a bit of Columbine.
I suddenly feel a lot better about only family plans.
Yeah. You should do.
Jesus fucking
And
Christ.
yes, this is Chris getting cancelled in real time.
Yeah.
You can watch it happen.
Holy shit, that's a record.
So fucking grateful I don't have a Twitter account.
I do. You can follow me at Jonathan24. Because there's apparently three other bastards who have my name.
Oh god.
Fuck, man.
I mean, sorry. I'm just like thinking, you know, like this going out on your Twitter, you getting cancelled for it, despite the fact that like we both thoroughly believe in like human rights for everybody across the board.
Yeah, we're big fans of it.
Yeah.
And we're also very big fans of children not being, you know,
Murdered.
dying of lead poisoning.
I guess that's why we have to laugh at it.
Well, you gotta laugh, don't you?
Or you would just fucking cry.
You gotta laugh at it, don't you, Alabama?
I mean,
Oh, it's either laugh or give in or shoot up your workplace.
Oh,
Can you tell I'm going to be unemployed soon?
it's okay. Yes. Anyway, back to
Moving swiftly on.
I was going to tell you a story about truly one of the most delightful things that I have ever discovered exists.
Oh yes, only plans, yes!
Only plans.
Yeah, we're doing like only plans. Like, sorry, are we back on the man who wanked himself to death?
No!
No, we did that bit. We're done.
Yeah, we achieved that.
We arrived.
The
We reached the climax of that story.
You beat me to that one.
Yep.
Well done.
Beat to it. I can go all night. Apparently so can he. He went down 14 that he went down. Good God.
I don't know if that suggests that he or we have too much stamina to continue going back to this joke. Anyway, so
Tell me the fucking story, Chris.
there is, and I
He's put it on
shit you
fireplace
not,
next time.
there is competitive esports with money that you can win for Microsoft Excel.
Obvious, only if you excel at a joke.
Well,
But also, what?
Yeah. So this is a real thing, right? It was invented by an accountant, obviously, who was like, Excel
As
can do...
with all great demonic things. It was
Indeed.
invented by an accountant.
Basically on the basis that there are so many things you can do with Excel that... Yes, exactly, Enchanted Badger. It was, in fact, obviously an accountant.
Of course it was an accountant.
Basically, they were like, there's so many things you can do with Excel. Let's try and figure out something we can do that'll really push people and push the boat, and we'll see what happens. So it started
This
as
is
kind
what
of...
I mean.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it comes up with.
Oh, cool. That's the first time I've seen that.
Yeah.
Hello. Yay.
Because I think it might be only comes up in software.
Possibly.
We uncensored
Yes.
you for wanking.
We uncensored.
We uncensored the wanking.
The wank got censored.
By the way, where's that wee Jessica brought to the house?
Put your sausage away, boy.
I did! It's in your fridge!
Why did you put your sausage in my fridge?
Well, I was going to put it in my fridge. My fridge is 80 miles away. It's not that long.
I was trying to tell a wholesome story about accountants!
Somehow, there was no such thing. Somehow this evening started with me bringing a kilo of sausage to my brother's house. Make of that what you will. Talk about accountants.
So the
Competitive Excel.
it's competitive Excel. So it started as like a kind of in-office thing, you know, people, you'd set each other challenges and things, and then one person was like, obviously, you know, one total dork was like, as we are,
League table.
exactly, was basically, well, he was basically like, let's try and make this a massive corporate event and see if Microsoft will sponsor us and all that kind of nonsense. And
How would you access it?
so it's basically a lot of people kind of come into a room.
Look to your Microsoft Office pun.
And yeah, and you know, it's so they all get given this, they all get given a data set, that they then have to, translate into information, and they can set up formulas, they can do things, and basically they then get, I think, like 10 rounds of questions of increasing difficulty that they have to answer.
Using the data set.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
This includes things like predictions and kind of like mining of information and kind of strategizing and all sorts of things. And basically it seems like the people who are best at it are the people who spend like, because you've got, and it's all done in like a set time limit. So you've got like 10 rounds and you've got like 2 hours to do everything. And the people who win it are the people who spend like the first hour and 45 minutes writing
An algorithm.
an algorithm
Yeah.
that will answer all of the questions despite not having seen all of the questions. So it's super difficult how to run Doom inside Excel. I mean,
Someone's done it. Someone's definitely done it.
apparently someone has, yes, and that doesn't surprise me. So yes, Excel is a mighty and very, yes, fucking of course they did. Doom is Doom. Excel is a very versatile program. It's got lots and lots of shit you can do in
It
it.
scares me.
Well, it's
Where my future lies, and it scares me.
It is horrifying.
Yes.
Yeah, no, so it's so because there's a really good YouTube channel called People Make Games, who you should all subscribe to and watch because they're fantastic.
Are they funnier than us?
Yes.
Damn.
They have more practice. They've been doing this longer.
We're coming for you.
We are coming for you.
We're people. One of us makes games. Come at me.
Yes.
Don't
Yes.
hit on to me.
Render a reflexive sphere in Excel. What?
Fuck off.
How do you render a reflexive sphere in Excel?
I
I don't know.
don't know how you'd render a reflexive sphere normally.
That
Okay.
terrifying. I can't even tell you what a reflexive sphere is. I'm presuming it's a sphere what's got reflexes.
It's a little bit like a sphere that's turned inside out, I think.
How do you turn a sphere inside out?
Very carefully. Very carefully.
Jesus. Thank you for agreeing to send that to me. That would be lovely.
Reflective.
Oh!
Reflective, you Burke!
I can read!
Literally so much of your job is reading!
I know! And I black it!
Oh my god! I don't know that shit out of my head. I have no idea what a reflexive sphere is!
So a mirror ball. How do you make a mirror ball?
How would you
Why are you reflecting?
You render a fucking reflective sphere in Microsoft Excel? Answer? I don't fucking know. Ask a programmer.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's basically just because a spreadsheet. It's basically just
It's a calculator.
it's a database.
It's a database with less stuff on top of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very flexible, basic database program.
And apparently our boy Badger has been using it to generate automated character sheets.
Well, that's absolutely a thing you could do with it because you just need the formulas in to calculate with, and you'd be fine. Also, dyslexic.
He doesn't have that excuse!
So, I've never been tested to see if I'm dyslexic. I don't think I'm dyslexic. I've never experienced any of the things that my dyslexic friends have experienced. But apparently, there are bits of autism and bits of dyslexia that like to hold hands on the train sometimes. So it is apparently a thing. I know. All my problems are such whores!
Yeah, I know! They're just shacking up with each other.
Pretty much. So that is apparently a thing. I don't know huge quantities about it, but that is apparently a thing. Anyone who has done more research on the subject, feel free to contribute.
Apparently the tism gets around.
Indeed. And the badger has both. Badger, autism.
Oh no! Oh no!
I enjoyed that so much more than I should have.
You bastard!
I'm sorry, you can't stop it, mate! It just fucking came out!
And I thought we'd left all the really horrible jokes at the start of the stream.
Never! Fucking never, mate!
Gotta get Bendy out! Right, no,
There's a thing on Instagram that
Oh, Christ.
Vary has fallen in love with. Vary is my wife. My wife Vary has found, and it's a
Vary,
series
your
of
wife.
Vary,
Your
my
wife,
wife, my wife Vary, my wife,
your wife,
my wife.
his wife.
Marriage is what brings us together.
No, it wasn't. It was a train ride home. It's a very romantic story again to tell sometime.
So she's found this thing on Instagram, which is a series of animated shorts, very much in the style of the infamous Rick and Morty Guy and the Bendy Guy.
The Bushworld Adventures, yeah.
Yeah, which was great.
Why are they shorts and not slacks?
Because they were feeling active.
Okay, fair enough.
um,
I'm just all on bad puns today. That's just all I'm doing. I'm worse than usual.
that's. It's
Normally the
because you brought those foreign sausages. Worse than usual.
They're Polish, German. You coming in? You cross my borders with your German sauce. You cross the Polish border with your German sausages. You come here. You invade.
I had the right to do so!
Right or wrong, this is not going any further. I hope you're happy, Godwin. I hope you're happy, Godwin.
Somebody needs to be fucking.
Somebody needs to be happy, because if we're happy, we're monsters.
We are.
And frankly, I think this is where we should kill this joke now.
Which one?
All of it. You were talking about something and then we went on to sausage.
Suggesting that we euthanize this. In possibly some sort of
we just lock up in a chamber and leave it there, alright? Okay, put the fire on.
Form of gas.
Yeah, put the fire on and we'll search for the gold teeth later, okay? I really hope the mic is picking up none of this.
Oh, it definitely is. I think having two hoodies in the same room is creating too much energy.
That's the thing, normally...
Far too much energy.
Normally, our 80 odd miles of distance between us helps dampen this somewhat, but the two of us are actually together and it just goes...
It just spirals. There's no lag in this time to stop us.
The two of us being extroverts,
I mean...
and suddenly bouncing off each other, oh boy.
See, this is the thing though, like, so by definition, I am not an extrovert, but I cope by being one. It's a strength, so like, this is the thing, so, because...
Has your masking gone so far around that you've rewritten your personality?
At a very young age.
Yeah.
So basically, as I read it, and I think this is the explanation that makes the most sense to me, is the difference between an introvert and an extrovert at their core, is it's about how you recharge your battery.
Yeah.
So I recharge my battery by being as far away from other human beings as is fucking possible. And the only reason I got married is I found another human being whom I could recharge with. And that was a miraculous...
That's love.
Fucking is, by the way. Fucking is. We can both sit next to each other on the sofa and be like, fuck, and collapse. And it's great. And that's how we recharge.
Absolutely phrasing.
Absolutely phrasing. No, we don't have the energy for that. We just puddle.
Chris, you're only 30.
29. I'm not 30.
Close enough.
But yeah, so by definition, introvert. However, phrasing. Thank you, Kelly Beeb. When in large social situations, or realistically any social situation where there's probably more than two other people.
As long as one of them isn't our father.
So there's one.
I showed him the YouTube channel today. He's going to see this. Love you, Dad.
Hi, Dad. Thanks for recommending that therapist. I appreciate it. God damn the lag on this thing. It's okay, Kelly. We appreciate you.
Anyway.
Fuck!
So in a large group of people...
In a large group of people, I have to give 200% at all times. Because that's how I survive in that space.
Yeah, but how do you feel afterwards?
Fucking exhausted.
Yeah, that's definitely introversion. Okay, problem is, these days I am also very similar.
Yeah.
Like, I need to just not talk to people so much, but I'm not sure if that's because I think what has happened to me is I have been very extroverted throughout a lot of my life. I've always sought people out and gained energy through people.
Yeah.
But I think what has happened is I have spent now so much time dealing with people, specifically the general public.
I mean, they're a different beast.
Yeah, but I think what has happened is that I have charged my extrovert capacitors so much that they have just broken. And I've gone right down to being like, everybody just leave me the fuck alone.
I mean, to be fair, I think
I am what is called an ambivert.
I mean, quite possibly, but I was going to suggest that possibly some of what you are experiencing may just be burnout.
Oh, it definitely is.
Yeah.
It definitely. I talked to your doctor about burnout. It is.
It is not when the outback in Australia is ablaze.
Unfortunately.
Don't kill the koalas, you fuck!
The koalas stand on the fucking fire! We just stand the fire! There's always been
since koalas turned up! Little bastards! fucking sleep for 18 hours a day and then get high as balls.
They're called drop bears because they keep dropping the fucking cigarette ends and causing bushfires. Oh,
After spending as much time around other Aspergic people as they have, there are two ways. That's the wrong spelling of two. I'm sorry. There are two ways of dealing with not knowing social cues: being super quiet and saying fuck all, or saying whatever the fuck comes to your mind. I am the second one. My filter is gone. It was broken off at a young age, probably before I encountered verbal language.
that's the sphere.
That is in Excel?
I think that might be in excess.
Well, my mind has been blown. My
Yep.
mind has been completely fucking blown.
I'm gonna deal with that.
That is some wild ass cheese.
I will deal with that a little later. What are we talking about?
Banana. Do
Do, do, do.
Demonetized. Do
Oh god. But yeah, people and energy.
People and energy.
Things.
Yes. Dyslexic. Yes, I know you're dyslexic. I'm sorry. It leapt at me, and I was like, ah! As I said, no filter between the bit that goes, remember that the badger is a dyslexic badger and must be treated with kindness and handled with gloves with appropriate typefaces that are readable and understandable. And that is the wrong two! It's an eternal struggle between there are two wolves living inside each of us. Both are cunts.
Certainly with us, yeah.
No, that's that bit. I always love the post that comes around every so often that goes, there are two dragons living inside of you. One hoards treasure and the other hoards knowledge. Both fucking love museums. I'm like that's I appreciate this.
And that is the soul of being British.
It is. Because you get to go and learn about all of these fabulous other countries.
But you don't have to go to them!
Especially since you get to look at all the shit you stole off
And you
them.
don't have to meet any bloody foreigners!
I know! No, I was gonna make a racist joke again, Jonathan!
I'm really glad I handed you off on the pass for that one.
Oh no! You just described my... Yep, absolutely. It's that, and it is that like TISM ADHD end of the brain that just like it's a fabulous rupture in space and time.
I have expired.
Don't expire on
I have expired like some milk in your fridge.
My milk is not expired. You take that the fuck back. You asshole. You've seen inside my fridge. How dare you spill my secrets?
Yeah, you think I fucking checked?
I mean, that would be kind of weird. Or would it? There we go. Poll in the comments. Is it weird when visiting someone's house to check if their milk is expired before drinking it?
Yeah, but I didn't drink any.
To check if the milk is expired, regardless of whether you intend on drinking any.
Exactly. Do you use it to then judge somebody's character?
You judge people based on how expired their fridge is.
Exactly.
I mean, that's hardcore, man. That's hardcore.
Yep. Not as bad as
This is why I told you to just like open your laptop and open moderator mode, so that you can do this without
leaning in and allowing William to say you are gay.
I mean,
also, bye Florida.
You are gay. Bi. Florida would be bi though.
Florida
like,
would be aggressively pan.
That's actually
But no,
Florida aggressively pans your fucking skull.
It was Florida that introduced the Don't Say Gay bill.
Yes,
the Don't Gay Say bill.
The Don't Gay Say bill.
The Don't Gay Say bill.
And that is why they're currently in hot water with Disney.
No, that's not why they're currently in hot water with Disney.
Well, it is because this was the thing. So because Ron DeSantis introduced the Don't Say who is a cunt. Introduced the Don't Say Gay bill.
Yep.
Disney spoke out against it, and Ron DeSantis was like, "I'm going to sanction the fuck out of you, and I'm going to take away all of your powers." And
then he realised he's dealing with the House of Mouse.
Well, the hilarious bit of this is, so what happened was Ron DeSantis was like, I'm going to... So the way that and this is Disneyland, Florida, specifically.
Yeah, this is Orlando.
This is Orlando, Florida. Okay, this is not...
Orlando Bloom.
This is not Anaheim. This is only Florida. Not where you're ready to drink it. Always do the sniff test before pouring milk. Super weird. If you're not using the milk, absolutely. Next time I visit either of you, first thing I'm doing is checking your milk. Fuck you. Yes. So, the way that it works is basically that in order to encourage Walt Disney to set up a park in Florida, the then governor of Florida gave them what's called the Reedy Creek something district, which is a special district, which means that to all intents and purposes, Disney gets operated like a microstate. So they have all their own governance. They basically collect their own taxes from their own state. So they have complete control of taxes within the Reedy Creek special district. Answer.
Is Goofy the Secretary of Defense?
I would really like to think that he is.
I think Goofy would make a great Secretary of Defense.
Absolutely.
Nuclear warheads!
As long as Donald is the Secretary of Offense.
We've all played Kingdom Hearts.
We have.
Where turns it like where Donald drops a fucking nuke on something.
Absolutely. Your house is gone. Meteor Aga. Yeah, so that's the thing, and that's existed for quite a long time now. The Reedy Creek Improvement District, that's what it's called. And so in this special district, Disney collects their own taxes. They manage their own, bin collections, health and safety,
municipal movements,
all of that stuff. Disney operates. I think the only thing that they don't have control over is law enforcement. I think that still has to come under Florida state. Control.
Yeah.
Basically, what
they do have their own courts, though.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure they do.
That's cool. But I imagine it's for like fines and stuff and like kind of small stuff. But so basically, what Ron DeSantis did was he introduced legislation to strip the district of its powers. And by doing things by preventing, because it's run by basically a board of governors who are all chosen by Disney, because they're the only people in charge.
So Disney.
DeSantis basically changed that so that all of them would be state appointees, which is big baller move. And he was super, he thought he had Disney cornered. What he hadn't counted on was that Disney has really good lawyers.
Yes, they have Disney lawyers.
Who are not above a little bit of schadenfreude. So, there have been numerous documented instances of Republican congresspeople and senators and various, politicians who have attempted to, and quite successfully often, thwarted regulation efforts by removing powers from regulatory bodies. Disney lawyers made the Daleks look reasonable. Yes, they do.
Yeah, that's
Red Diamond. Yeah,
that's not unreasonable.
No, it's not unreasonable. But this is a strategy that that Republicans and particularly kind of like big money Republicans with various investments in companies have engaged in to just basically like pull all powers from a newly formed regulatory or monitoring body just as it gets filled with Democratic nominees and appointees. So Disney did exactly the same thing, and they removed all power from that governing body, pulled it all straight back to corporate Disney.
Oh my god.
And they did this, and they did it amazingly. They did it by and it's called, it's something, I think it's called the Royal Decree or something like that. And basically, what they did is they cited the last living descendants of Charles III.
What?
So Disney, corporate Disney, basically got to say, we are in charge of this, not the previously appointed governing body. We, corporate Disney, are in charge of this whole area for the lifespan of the last living descendant of King Charles III, who is currently King of England and Scotland and the Commonwealth.
You're shitting me.
Nope! Legally...
Guys, Disney may have declared themselves a monarchy!
No, this is the thing. So it doesn't cede power to the king. It doesn't have anything. It doesn't.
No. I think Disney's declaring itself.
I mean,
Bob Iger will crown himself King of Florida.
I mean, he might do that anyway. I'm really looking forward to when DeSantis actually announces for the primaries and Disney put their full media campaign to get him absolutely trashed.
Oh god, that means that you may end up having Disney and Trump teaming up.
No,
enemy, my enemy is my friend.
I mean, I don't think I don't think that'll happen. But also, I mean, I think Disney know that that's bad PR for them. But also, it's just like
also family friendly.
Well, we were never sure what was going to happen when Trump and DeSantis go head to head.
I was kind of hoping they'd kill each other.
I would love it if they both went out in a freak golfing accident.
It's like, look, we need someone to take. We need one golf caddy to take one for the team and just go to work with 30 pounds of Semtex strapped down their shorts. Okay, take them both out.
Exactly. For Allah, take them both.
For Allah, Vishnu, and to be honest, probably Jehovah. Okay, all of them.
Everybody's in favour.
Okay, I like go up on high and find me a god who doesn't look down and go, yeah, man, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay, even the Norse ones are like, dude, come on.
We only shagged 6-legged horses. This is weird.
8-legged.
8-legged. My apologies.
No, I'm wrong. Sleipnir was 6-legged.
Yes! Ah! Fuck you!
Sleipnir is an insect. Odin's horse is an insect. Discuss.
Odin's horse is an insect. Discuss that.
Well, if it's 8 legs, it's a fucking arachnid.
That would indeed...
Which would make, I think, Odin a Drider. If it was 8-legged, I think it makes Odin a Drider.
I love the idea that Odin is actually a Drider. I think that's a great idea. I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, just all we need is another hillbilly with a shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, Ron DeSantis is just such a fucking weird guy, and honestly such an arsehole, because I found a fun thing from watching John Oliver.
This is his dating technique.
His dating technique.
Please tell everyone about it.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, because I tell everyone this. This is a man who, when he was in college, would go on dates with women, as some people do.
Indeed.
And would intentionally pronounce Thai food as Thai food, which to me just sounds like a fucked up way of saying fried chicken.
Yeah.
And if his date corrected him, he would immediately find an excuse and leave. Because, and I quote, he didn't want a partner who corrected him. Holy mother of red flags!
That guy runs Florida.
Has anyone checked if his wife is out of the basement?
She's only allowed out on special occasions.
Yeah.
But it's okay because she doesn't correct him.
Doesn't correct him?
No.
Once.
My mother corrected me. Once!
I'm not saying that Ron DeSantis has beaten and imprisoned his wife, but I'm very heavily implying it.
I think it... Yeah. Blink,
Come at me, Florida.
blink twice if you need help.
Blink twice if you can see through that black eye.
Oh dear.
Did we have a plan? Did we have a point?
We didn't have a plan or a point.
Because we're now halfway through the stream
and we've said a bunch of shit.
we've said a bunch of shit. Yeah, this has just been like... This is okay. What this is a counselling speedrun attempt because we've said a lot of horrible shit so far.
We have said a lot, but we've also said Ron DeSantis is
We've also said Ron DeSantis is a cunt because he's a cunt.
Exactly. Can't say cunt in Canada.
No, you can't say cunt in Canada. Kevin Bloody Wilson, if you want to check him out, fucking look. The man's an absolute brilliant mad Australian joy.
Also, Tom Cardy, another
brilliant mad Australian joy.
The
Aussies are knocking it out of the park with the comedy singers.
They really are. I mean, aside from the endemic racism that's part of their culture,
yes,
the Australians fucking love the Australians, man.
Yeah,
you know, it's just a shame about their opinions on black people.
Yeah, and honestly, still they're for a country whose national motto is essentially "She'll be right, no worries," it's a country that's got a weirdly tight grip on media classification and we must protect the children.
Really?
Yeah, no. Australia only got an 18 rating for games in the 2010s.
Wow.
And if a game was up that point, they would either slap it with an X rating or just refuse its classification and not sell it in the country.
I mean, an X rating and an 18 rating are kind of...
They're really not. X rating was basically reserved for porn and that's it.
Oh. So I'm trying to think of 2000s games that would have had an 18 rating. You're looking, I guess...
God of War.
God of War, that's fair.
The first Bayonetta.
I mean, that is porn.
Well, yes, but...
It's tasteful nudes.
Tasteful nudes and giant women punching God, okay?
I mean, I'm a fan of giant women punching God.
All I wanna be is a guy who gets to see a giant woman
punching God!
Yeah.
Do we think that Bayonetta exists in the Steven Universe universe?
Oh, good Christ, no. What jam is that? One you're not allowed to see, Steve. You were too young for that.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like I love the idea of Bayonetta, not being a gem, but being a video game character, and Ruby and Sapphire are playing a Bayonetta game, being this is cool as fuck.
Honestly, all I want is
just to bring that to see a giant woman.
Just to bring the old meme back, Bayonetta versus Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil 7. That's just two incredibly tall women kicking fuck out of each other.
I mean,
Bayonetta is 7 feet tall.
She is, yes.
She's enormous.
That would basically be like a Capcom brawler at this point, wouldn't it?
Well, unfortunately Bayonetta got to Smash Brothers, so...
True.
So yeah, that game's not wholesome anymore.
No.
What the fuck?
I don't think Smash Brothers...
I think that's going to generate some conversations between Mario and the princess.
I was just going to point out that Smash Brothers was never wholesome. Well, the Smash community are insane.
It's a game where as Bowser you can go, if I die, you die with me, and dive bomb Donkey Kong into the abyss. And I'm fully in favour of that.
Yeah. Apparently Saints Row never made it to Australia.
No, it didn't. I don't think any of them did.
No, but also the idea that Australia thinks, see those gamers, mate, see them, they're you can't, they're trying to play all their games one-handed, mate, and we can't have that.
This is the same country that... Australia is really big on motor racing. This is the same country where they had to limit the amount of beer that each fan could bring to the track for, I think it was Bathurst, the Bathurst motor race. They limited it to 18 cans a day.
No, it was 24.
Sorry, they limited it to 24 cans a day, and people were so desperate that they were going to the track beforehand and burying beer at the track.
I love this story so much.
Australia. I need to know more.
It's just wild.
What the fuck?
It's so good. Like,
This is a country that has like produced Tom Carney, Kevin Bloody Wilson, Randy Feltface, and
not a lot else.
and I think I can't remember what his fucking name was. The guy, oh god, I forgot his name. Shit,
And lots
Tony
and lots
Abbott.
of shark inspiration.
And lots of sharks. Blue means there's sharks in it.
We had sharks and we had venomous spiders, mate. So we decided to get absolutely tanked every day.
I mean, to be fair, like, imagine being an early Australian looking out, like, stepping out of your hut and seeing all the shit out there that wants to kill you. But like, I'm not facing that sober.
It's like, as soon as you look at it in those terms, I feel like Australia makes a great
So much
deal
more
of sense.
fucking sense. It's like, I no way am I being sober for this shit.
Exactly. And then also to pronounce the Aboriginal names of places, you're like, the Silver Rock, Skululuru. Changes colour, mate. Fucking changes colour.
You gotta say this shit, mate.
Which is
Beautiful
also
place.
true. So, and we've been
We've been there. It's a beautiful place.
It's stunning. So, which is Ayers Rock to the English speakers, and Uluru is the Aboriginal name. And it's the idea that as the sunset hits it, it changes colour. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big fucking rock.
It is a big fucking rock.
Yeah. That's what killed the dinosaurs.
No, Jonathan, you can't.
Shut up, you can't tell me otherwise. Ayers Rock killed the dinosaurs.
You can't blame the Aboriginals for killing the dinosaurs. Black people did not kill the
Okay,
dinosaurs.
no, you tell me. Ancient History Fight Club. Are you going to bet on the dinosaurs or a bunch of ancient drunk Australians? My money's on the Aussies.
It's a fair cop.
Exactly.
It's a fair cop. I was going to
Okay,
say.
they have wars and rocks. Now what I think the lose.
I was going to point out. I definitely think that Australians would beat Florida people.
Oh yeah.
In
Oh, yeah.
just to tie it all in neatly.
Australia man beats Florida man. Hands
Yeah,
down.
I'm like, crocodiles are way more dangerous than alligators.
Yeah.
Yeah, like solidly. Australia, and also, just Florida's like, we have humidity. Australians like, fucking, you think you've got humidity,
So
mate?
you've got humidity. We've got the bush. We've got so much fucking humidity. Like we've
We've
got
got so much bush, mate. It's humid in our bush.
exactly, mate.
Um,
Florida's been like, we got swamps. Australia's like, we are a desert.
even a map of Australia wants to kill you.
Come
Yeah.
back when you have Nevada.
Nevada, hardly knew it.
Hey!
Sorry.
Yeah, you had to.
I'm not here. Apparently,
You live here.
I do. This is my house.
He lives here.
This is. Yes, I do.
This is his house. This is his box.
This is my box
my laptop.
covered in my bed sheet.
My laptop.
His laptop. My door.
Didn't you win that in a bet?
Well, yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that it's now my door.
Show me deeds of ownership for the door.
Fuck, you want to see deeds of ownership? You want to see deeds of ownership in the door betting contest in which I bet a door?
Yeah.
I don't have them. I closed the door on that chapter of my life.
There we go.
Thank you. It's in the closet.
Oh God. We're getting worse, man. We're getting worse.
With age.
Yeah, well, with fucking time. It's only been an hour.
Yes. The deed's under Barry's name. I mean, that would be safer. Most of the time, it is safer that Barry. I mean, right? Okay, no, I'm not going to go there because I do not wish to continue to pervasive gender stereotypes. Which is a sentence, I promise. You betting a door.
The stereotypes.
So I was having a chat with a friend of mine the other day, and I had been putting off doing a thing because my mental load was fairly packed out, and I was like, I just haven't got the spell slots to do this thing. I know I need to do it. It's on my to-do list. It is going to happen at some point, but I just haven't done it yet. And it's super early. It's booking tickets for a show at the Edinburgh Fringe, which is like super early in April. Like that's way early to be booking tickets for a show.
But for some shows, it's kind of your only option.
Well, I mean, stuff that releases this early. A lot of shows don't release tickets this early. So she's getting on at me about this. And she phoned me and I was like, look, I've just forgotten. And she's like, you know why that is? It's because you're a man. And I was just like, hold the fucking phone here. I, as a 29-year-old white middle-class male,
oh boy,
have quite successfully not died of malnutrition yet. Not because my wife tells me to eat. My wife similarly does not organise my life. She does not organise my accounting. She does not organise my bank balance. She does not organise my letters. She does not organise my job interviews. Okay? You know, and if she were here in the chat, she would tell you this. You know,
the only reason she would do it is because she's better at it than you.
She is, to be fair,
she is better at it.
Vari is the most adept human being I have ever met at both getting a job interview and fucking nailing a job interview. Yeah. Like, this is a woman who has, like, never gone without a job for more than a week, except by choice. Like, truly a staggeringly talented woman. Alright, I am unbelievably lucky to have married her. Okay, she's amazing.
And she's here now! No.
no, she's with,
somewhere.
She's with the puppy. But
so
yes.
So you drew the short straw tonight, my friend.
I did draw the short straw. I have to put up with you.
Hey.
Where was I going with this aside from...
She said book the ticket because you're a man.
So it was just like, you know, it was the idea that like men can't organise themselves, women have to organise the men, and it's like putting, you know, like creating this horrible shitty ass gender roles that a man goes out and earns the money and a woman runs the house, which means men are totally incompetent except for earning money, but everywhere else they're incompetent, and women are incredibly competent except earning money. And it's like, none of that makes sense in any way, shape or form. It has never made sense. It is a stupid dichotomy that we've decided to try and socialise children into at the tender ages of whenever the fuck we can convince them that, you know, like, boys wear jeans like blue and, you know, work in a manly field, and women pink dresses and homemakers. Like, it's just like, it's sick.
Yeah, like men are fighters and barbarians, women are rogues and spellcasters.
Yeah, like...
Which is bullshit, by the way. Woman, if you want to be a barbarian, go and nut somebody.
Yeah, it's just... Phrasing.
That too. Hey, barbarians can do what they like, because who's going to tell them otherwise?
Not me.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's just like, so, yeah, no, it's which was all on the subject of being capable of doing things. Yeah, so it's like, you know...
You booked the tickets?
I did book the tickets. I booked them on that call to get her to leave me alone. Because I was like, okay, let's just do this just now, fine, fuck it.
You know, poked me now.
Exactly. I have accepted that I have enough time right now to take a phone call, so therefore I clearly have enough time to do the thing. And, you know, because she's talking at me, I can, like, go and, like, push my brain into that place to do that thing, regardless of whether it was, you know, wanted or willing. Nerve cupboard. But yeah. The immature 34-year-old bought a house and has an in-progress Lego room. That is amazing. Alright? Being able to buy your own house and have an in-progress Lego room, that is fucking amazing. Live your best fucking life. Alright?
That's kind of the dream.
That is the dream.
That kind of is the dream right now, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like, this is... And again, because this... a lot of these kind of, like, stereotypes of roles for men and women, and this idea that buying your own house and having a Lego room is childish, all comes from this idea that being an adult is a miserable, shitty existence in which you go to work until you die, and that is what it means to be a grown-up. And the rest of the time you just drink and bitch about your problems.
You drink and beat your spouse, that's the idea.
Exactly, and it's like... I do feel like it's very much, you know, people who've kind of grown up in, like, the mid to late 80s onwards. So, realistically, that's, you know, millennials and each generation that's kind of come next. Because we've grown up with things like, you know, like having, you know, lots and lots of Lego, with opportunities for a Nerf cupboard, opportunities for video games, and opportunities in terms of media and enjoyment that did not exist 50 years ago.
Yeah.
I feel like it has given us it has reached the point where now we are starting to recognise as a society that it is not childish to be in your 40s and like SpongeBob SquarePants.
It's not childish to be happy.
Yeah!
To kind of just bring it all down to a very clear point is, like, because it's always seen that happiness and fun are childish. And to be honest, I think this is a lot of reason why, a lot of these people had kids.
Yeah.
Because it's an excuse for them to engage in some joy again and live vicariously the joy of their children, if you want to put a positive spin on it. And it might be another reason why people of our generation are not having kids, because they're like, nah man, I can make my own fucking joy.
Well, yeah, and actually, because I remember even when we were kids, our dad saying one of the best things about having kids was getting to go and see kids' movies in the cinema.
Yeah.
Which he just kind of wouldn't have thought of previously.
Yeah.
Because it's not advertised to him. And yet, I remember also, as a adult human man, I went to see the first Maleficent film on my own in the cinema. And I was the only adult who was on my own. And actually, I had a really good time. I really enjoyed the first Maleficent film. I'm not sure what that says about me as a person, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good film.
It says that you'll watch Angelina Jolie if she's doing anything.
I thought, well, for a start, I think it was the best acting that Angelina Jolie has ever done, because I don't think Angelina Jolie has ever done much acting.
Oh, fun fact about that film, actually.
Yeah?
There's a scene in it where I think it's little baby Aurora runs up to and hugs Maleficent. That was Angelina Jolie's actual daughter.
That's cute!
Because they couldn't get any other kid to not run away from her in the full fucking Maleficent gear.
I mean, it was pretty terrifying.
Yes!
And she looked great.
Yes!
But also, my just to be, because no film is above criticism, the bad guy having an outrageous Scottish accent was a choice. It's not a good choice. It wasn't a good accent either. It was just like, for a start, if you're going to have an outrageously Scottish bad guy, at least get an actor with an actual Scottish accent to play them, because that was, whoever that guy was, even if he was Scottish, his accent was atrocious. It was offensively bad.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not happy about it.
I did like that in The Kingsman, the Kingsman prequel, the bad guy to that is Scottish.
Okay.
And it's like, it's a film about destabilising England and the aristocracy in the First World War, and the bad guy's a Scotsman. That's I was like, you know what? I kind of get it.
I'm like, that's a solid play, man.
Yeah.
That's a solid play.
That's an appropriate choice for a Scottish accent.
Yeah. Rather than like fantasy kingdom that hates trees.
We fucking love trees. We throw them around all the time.
I mean, we have a whole play in which we traumatize someone by moving a forest closer to his house.
Exactly. The Scottish play involves traumatizing a man through sheer force of trees.
Yup. Oh, absolutely.
That's the only thing that play is about.
The 2007 Transformers film? What? Oh, I mean, that was good. I loved the 2000. So the first Michael Bay Transformers film.
Yeah.
Which you and I saw with our parents.
Yeah.
In a cinema in Australia.
Yeah.
That was great, except for the bit where they killed Jazz, and it took this whole moment of 2 seconds and had zero dramatic build-up.
Yep.
That was just
did nothing.
A waste.
It's like, what the fuck?
And underlines my biggest issue with all of the Michael Bay Transformers movies.
Nothing matters.
Yeah, he made... And
the entire fucking cast except for Optimus has changed.
Yes, several times.
Except for Optimus
RC is still there.
No, she wasn't in the first one.
No, she wasn't in the first one, but she's come back. Because she was in the second one, and then disappeared.
Yeah.
And then she's come back for the new one, which is Beast Wars.
But it's the second Beast Wars one. They did a Beast Wars already.
Did they?
I think they did.
I know they had the Dinobots.
No, they did a Beast Wars one after that one. These things are very hard to keep track of.
I'm so lost on that right now.
Yeah, I give up.
Yeah, no, I just...
It's one of those things where like I kind of want to watch it in a way that I don't have to pay for it.
Well, this is... Vary and I went to...
Because my occasional habit to torture myself with bad movies. Because I watched the Power Rangers reboot. That was a mistake.
But Jonathan, that Krispy Kreme paid promotion...
It's a bad movie. It's a bad movie.
Oh
It's a
my
really
God.
bad movie.
Oh, that's. I mean,
It's also how I discovered that Venom is actually good, because I tried to watch the first Venom movie.
yeah.
In that vein, because I was ill. And I was like, actually, man, this is it's crap in a good way, because everything around Tom Hardy acting his fucking heart out is not great. Like, no one else in that film is particularly good, but the relationship between Eddie and Venom is brilliant, and Tom Hardy himself is just acting the absolute shit out of a man having a colossal fucking breakdown.
I mean, that was kind of all the impression I got from a lot of commentary around the Venom film, was that, like, you know, it's not like it's not a trash fire watch,
No.
but like, you know, but the core of it is that.
It's a strong core surrounded by crap.
Yeah, but also that it's great because of that.
Yeah.
And then that was what they got wrong
In the second
one.
Yeah, because it wasn't... Well, because the first one's a love story between Eddie and Venom.
Well,
Fuck, it is. It's like a half love story, half body cop movie. It's great.
I like that.
And also, there's also another, again, with fun facts and movie trivia. There's a scene in Venom where he's freaking out in a restaurant,
Yeah.
and he climbs in a lobster tank. Yeah, that wasn't in the script.
That's amazing.
That wasn't in the script. Tom Hardy just got in the fucking tank.
I mean, yeah.
He just got in the fucking tank, and they were like, "All right, okay, we're doing this."
Yeah, well, that's when, I suppose, when you've got a leading man who's better at the thing than the director is, the director just goes with it. That seems reasonable.
Man just got the fucking lobster tank for the bit.
Gotta respect that.
You gotta respect that.
Gotta respect lobster tank for the meme.
Lobster tank for the memes.
Oh,
saying now.
but we're talking about Morbin time.
So,
Mighty Morbin Power Rangers.
So, fun fact, I bought his wife a copy of Morbius for Christmas.
And you know what then happened?
We didn't watch it.
She bought you a copy.
She then bought me a copy for my birthday. I still haven't watched it, because I want us all to watch it together with enough alcohol to drown a Frenchman.
I do think that we should all watch it together. I think that's the only way to do it appropriately.
Yeah.
Speaking of drowning Frenchmen, we could do it in the summer.
We're not bringing that to a wedding. Okay, we are not doing that. We're not giving Morbius as a wedding present to Maddie and Flav. They will kill us.
We must
And
do
we would
it.
deserve to die. It would be funny as fuck and a good way to go, but it would be...
Best consensual suicide pact. We give Morbius to the bride and groom.
Oh, God. Does anyone have any objections to the union? Speak now or forever hold your peace. I do, because we haven't watched Morbius together.
Oh, dear. Oh, my goodness.
We are not good wedding guests.
Oh, we are terrible. We are terrible wedding guests.
Could have caused so many problems.
Also, Kelly has apparently seen Morbius 4 times.
What? Who tortured you?
Kelly Beebe, you beautiful, beautiful Beebe, you lunatic. I've read it was I mean, I think the social media around it was magnificent.
The fact that they convinced them to put it in...
Oh, Venom!
Oh, Venom, yeah. That I understand.
I loved the no in block capitals. It was like, no, don't accuse me of having seen Morbius.
I was going to say, nobody should be exposed to that much Jared Leto, okay? You need to consult a doctor.
Well, no, Jonathan, because remember, it's so popular they released it in cinemas twice.
Oh, because we all forgot to see it the first time. Yeah. We were all busy that weekend.
We were all busy that weekend. I was washing my hair.
That's genuinely what they said. It's like, yeah, we convinced them all that we were just all busy that weekend, and they released it again.
Because they didn't understand the meme.
They did it.
That's so good. Which is honestly one of my absolute favourite things. It's just the idea of a whole bunch of fucking like 70, 80-year-old white men sitting around a boardroom being like, have you seen this? Morbius is trending on Twitter. It's been trending for so long.
But Gerald, it's been a flop.
But all of these people talking about how they want to morb.
What? How does one mold, Gerald?
I don't know, but it must be what the kids are saying these days.
Oh, I never know what the kids are saying these days, Gerald. It's always confusing. It's always 4-letter words that don't make any sense.
Maybe then we should mob with them. We should bring out the film again.
That's a genius idea, Gerald! Let's do it! Now let's go cancel another Spider-Man movie.
Huzzah! And another one of those animations with the gays in it.
Yes, they love the gays. The children love the gays.
Not in Florida,
Not in Florida, they don't. Wa-na-na-na-na. Fuck you, Ron.
Oh.
I think the message we can take away from this stream is that Ron DeSantis is a cunt.
Yeah. Leave the gays alone. Leave the gays alone.
Never. I'll leave them alone when they leave me alone.
We're back to Grindr again.
Oh,
and it's
shit.
location tracking.
I wonder what that chip in my neck was.
We went down to the chippy earlier. Oh, I thought you dropped one. We broke him, everybody. We broke him.
I'm gonna slowly rotate away.
It wasn't the 10 to 20 seconds of like progressively more offensive Holocaust jokes. It was
Or the OnlyFans jokes.
It was the chip.
Or the school shooter line.
On behalf of the gays, we will not be leaving either of you alone.
Fantastic.
Here for it.
Oh god.
So,
with literal tears here.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm like, I work in theatre. I will never escape.
Yeah, you work in theatre, the games development. I work in game development.
I'm unsure as to like, I feel like game development, it depends entirely on which space you're in.
The sheer raw quantity of blue hair.
Fair.
Yeah. I'm just telling everybody go.
Ice cream for the Jews.
He did that joke at the show I went to.
I'm so glad he did, because it was like, also that Netflix special hasn't materialised on Netflix.
Fuck no.
I'm furious about it. Daniel Sloss is a stunning Scottish comedian who is just absolutely beautiful. And Vary and I went to see him live, and Jonathan also saw him live, but on a different occasion, same tour. And he has this beautiful, beautiful moment where I can't even remember what the lead-in is.
It was talking about, I think it was something about Tories and immigration.
Fair.
And like doing and like, I can't remember. God, no, because the lead-in is really important because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense out with it. But it's like, it's just got...
It was very much Tory-centric and talking
Don't
about
explain the joke. No. But
I think it might have been the Tories in the NHS.
It could well have been the Tories in the NHS.
And then doing like a small token thing.
Yeah.
While completely fucking it.
And then the punchline to that was ice cream for the Jews.
Was there was like going to the concentration camp and giving ice cream to the Jews, which did involve...
Hello, Jordan! Would you like some ice cream?
It did involve a man standing on the stage, holding a microphone and screaming, "Ice cream for the Jordan!" And I think I blacked out at that point, to be honest, because I stopped breathing.
It was majestic. It was beautiful beyond words. We're speedrunning getting cancelled. Don't worry about it. No need to facepalm. Pretty sure we achieved it already, but we're seeing if we can we're trying to go for the hat trick.
We're going for
that's a football.
What do you mean hat trick? We've well past 3.
Have we?
Well, let's see. We have done abortion jokes. We have done porn jokes. We've done school shooting jokes. We've done racist jokes. We've done... Well, I didn't do any racist jokes.
We can clip that and put it on TikTok and get cancelled there.
Before we even start.
Yay!
We've done Holocaust jokes twice. We've done.
We did a progressive Holocaust joke.
We did
Not because it was progressive, because we progressed the joke further and further.
Exactly, because we just pushed it.
Yeah.
What else have we done?
It's like a progressive Strip the Willow.
Precisely. Yes, you move the Holocaust joke onto a new partner and you spin until you throw up.
Once Barry said it's censored on my phone. Just said fuck you both.
I hate you both.
Hey, why is my phone censored? I hate you.
I don't know, she's your wife.
My phone's like, no, you need protected from your wife.
Is your phone trying to give you marriage counselling?
I think it
Oh
is.
Christ.
Oh God.
I think it's funny enough, despite the fact we are both Glaswegians, the only thing we haven't done is sectarian jokes.
This is true.
Shall we rectify the matter? Because I did also have to explain to our beloved uncle not to call somebody a Jaffa.
Hey.
Because he was explaining, apparently it means something very different in New Zealand, and he was talking about that from a trip he'd been, because apparently it stands for just a fucking Aucklander.
Which is hilarious.
Which is very funny. I don't know anything about Auckland. I knew a guy from Auckland, he was lovely.
But that's like a solid piece of like.
That's a solid piece of acronym.
Yeah.
But I had to explain to him, yeah, Nick, that's really funny. Don't call anyone a Jaffa here because you might get stabbed.
Now,
Because it's a very derogatory term for a Protestant.
is it?
Yeah.
I've actually not heard that one before.
It might be a bit more Ireland centric.
I mean, that's
But I'm still not
entirely
willing to
reasonable.
risk it.
No, that's entirely reasonable. I mean, when it comes to sectarian jokes, aside from just all the football nonsense,
Robin, I don't know what the fuck is happening. We're in the same room. Bullshit has occurred.
it is not within our power to explain anything that has occurred.
Apparently that was a look at all the fucks we can grow from this shit was a block for bullying. Bully harder. Bully for you.
Twitter thinks we're being bullied.
Twitch thinks that Valerie is bullying people.
I mean, that tracks.
Yeah. Comments are normally nice.
You're only calling her a hobbit because you know that she is not in the same building as you and cannot stab you.
I have said that line to her face.
Did she stab you?
No.
Do
I think she did hit me though.
Yeah,
Hit me in
exactly.
the ribs. She had to reach out to that.
You do need bullied more.
Clearly we weren't bullied enough as children.
I mean, I have some like pretty poor reactions to bullying these days, and I don't think I was bullied that hard.
I mean, I don't think I was bullied very much at school. It's not in any of the memories that I haven't repressed.
I mean, yeah, yeah, but as a genuine thing though, like since we're gonna sidetrack anyway,
Oh god, we're doing therapy.
once upon a time,
Oh no, can't put them on there.
Jonathan, the internet.
Hello, internet. In this country, we shake hands.
Oh God. So when I was our surname is Honey. Well, that's
In
why
case you
we-
hadn't fucking noticed.
from the Twitch channel named The Brothers Honey. Shocking, I know. So this was the thing that I think we both experienced some low grade bullying over at various times.
Yeah.
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 And I'm like, I know we've doxed ourselves. I live at.
How do you spell that? How many asterisks do you spell that with?
A lot of X's.
Yeah.
And a
next.
Q.
A queue of X's.
A Q of X's.
Oh god, and they've all got baseball bats.
Here to smash your shit. There's a song about that.
There's a fucking movie about that, okay? It's called Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
It's so good.
It's very good.
Yeah. Anyway, so this being a thing, it happened. It happened over the period of several months, etc. My experience, I don't know about yourself, but like, and this was a thing, and it happened, and I'm like, that's fine. I didn't think I was overly traumatized by it until I went back and reread a series by an author called Trudy Canavan. Now, Trudy Canavan is a really lovely author. She writes really good, solid fantasy.
Good shit.
She has a trilogy called the
Black Magician trilogy.
Yeah, the Black Magician trilogy, which is about a peasant girl discovering she has magic and then being raised up through the ranks of a wizard academy until eventually, she saves everybody.
I'm not an amazing fan of the ending, but I won't talk about that because it's spoilers.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. But the
It's also
second,
personal taste.
yes, but also the fun thing about the trilogy is each of the 3 books is a very different flavour of book.
Yeah.
So the first one is very much her life in the city and thieves and lots of kind of like hidden agendas, and then the second book is very much like a school drama with a really persistent bully. And I remember, and I was rereading this, and it was such an unexpected feeling, but I was reading it and I felt the adrenaline course through my body. Like I started to shake at one point, and I just reading these accounts of this of the bullying going on here, and I was so angry. I nearly put the book down and refused to finish it, because it was just like each time I came back to it was just like I have a really negative reaction to bullying in fiction. Like in real life it is also very, very poor, but it was just like I just hadn't expected that. I wasn't prepared for it. Again, I didn't think that my experiences of being bullied in school were particularly harrowing. It wasn't consistent over my entire school career.
Well, you did slap that guy in the face.
I did slap that kid in the face, yes.
Yeah, he had it coming.
And he did have it coming, and the teachers agreed.
Yeah, same with the kid I punched.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, because I remember I got pulled up by a teacher. I punched this kid in the face because he deserved it. He was kicking him out of mine, and basically what the teacher said was, "Look, I know he's a toe rag, but you can't be doing this stuff, man."
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't feel any remorse. I don't know what your aim here was, man. I feel pretty vindicated.
Lower is bat. She said, I look at the chat for 2 seconds to discover that apparently we're shagging someone's nan with a bat.
One time!
The chat's gone off to do its own thing.
Why are we here? They're clearly funnier than we are.
I think they might be. Honestly, I think they might be.
Yeah, bastards.
God damn it. So, I don't think we're the only Twitch channel whose chats are funnier than them.
Yeah. Quote, I was about to say, quote, any IRL streamer. I was like, no, that's just a chance for the simps usually.
Yeah, that's the problem with the IRL streamers.
Yep.
But then you jump
keep all our clothes on.
But then you jump on the VTuber streams.
And then it's all just fucking nutso.
Yeah. I discovered something fucking wild. So there's a VTuber called Royal something, I think, can't remember.
Regal Monarch?
Yes, Regal Monarch.
Yeah.
Her shorts keep turning up on my YouTube.
Dressed in blue, kind of blue hair, yeah.
Very entertaining.
Yeah.
But there was like a TikTok challenge or something going around, which was like, react to this as like each of the characters you voiced or something. And she's like, I hadn't realised that this quirky VTuber who's turned up in the last year is an extremely heavyweight voice actor in like animation and games, as in like My Dress Up Darling, which was a massive sleeper anime hit from last year. She dubbed the English voice of the main character.
Holy shit!
Like that's major league like voice acting work, and I was like, hot fucking damn!
Holy shit!
Yeah, I'm like, I know the joys of VTubers is they could be literally fucking anybody. Yeah. Also, hi Aether guy.
Hey guys.
No. We've hit the memes again. We've hit the memes.
Memes, glorious memes.
Indeed.
Yeah, because there's only a couple of VTubers that I ever like watch the occasional thing on. So I watch her clips because she's sometimes quite funny.
Yeah.
When she's not playing Valorant. And then there's Punkalope, who is just a rabbit who is off her fucking tits on caffeine constantly.
That's fair and reasonable.
Yeah.
I discovered that there's one who's a bee. She's a bee lady, and she has a little puppy bee who like she has with her, and I was like, that's fucking adorable. And I was like, I need to like look her up because I'm just like, that's.
There's anyone we would ever collaborate with is like, well, we're the brothers, honey. She's got bees. Fuck it, we're doing this. We're gonna eat mead.
Like the only other collaboration we could reasonably do would be Nicolas Cage.
Not the bees.
Speaking of, I saw Renfield the other day. It's great. Go see it.
Yeah, it kind of looked like something which would be like absolutely bloody mentally brilliant.
Oh no, it was, and it was because
I don't know the name of the actor, but the guy who plays Renfield, I really like him.
Shit. Nicholas Hoult.
Nicholas Hoult,
Who I didn't know, by the way, was the boy in About a Boy. Eh? Yes. Also was one of the main characters in Skins.
Eh?
Yup.
Why am I surprised at that? I never watched Skins.
I know, neither. But I understand that it was brilliant. And of course then also, was Beast in X-Men. So,
He was Beast in X-Men. And also he was in a really, really good movie with Ray Fiennes and Anya Taylor-Joy called The Menu.
Yes,
watch it.
Yes.
Don't read anything. Fucking watch it. It's amazing.
I've been told. I wasn't expecting you of all people to tell me it's amazing.
No, it's really fucking good.
Okay, I guess I have to watch it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I was amused because Barry and I, after the film, we went through his IMDb because we were like, he does a lot of strange films. What kind of strange films? Lots of undead films.
Yeah, because he was also the guy in Warm Bodies, wasn't he?
He was the guy in Warm Bodies.
But you wouldn't recognise him because his hair's all fucking changed. Because he's got really shaggy hair in that.
Yeah, but also
the only reason you realise that.
Yeah, he hasn't. He's slated for an upcoming film called Nosferatu.
Dude likes being dead.
Apparently, like, just heavy on the undead at the moment.
Neat.
Neat, in fact. Pup Bee, yeah, is very cute. Highly recommending The Menu. Iron Mouse, lots. We do stand Iron Mouse.
What about yeah?
She is truly the gremlin of all our hearts.
Yeah.
Which is, reasonable.
Everyone loves a good gremlin.
Absolutely. This is how parasocial relationships work. You see,
fuck.
you see a cute anime girl on the internet, and you go, "This is the gremlin of all our hearts."
Yeah, I know. Again, I will still stick with Punkalope, who again, rabbit girl, off her tits on Red Bull.
I mean, that sounds like a pretty solid bet.
Occasionally with a knife.
Yeah, that makes it better.
Yeah,
that absolutely makes it better.
Yeah.
Okay, Punkalope.
Yeah.
I'll
show you some stuff after the stream.
Marvelous. I will look up this individual. This sounds delightful. I thoroughly in favour.
I like people who can talk at high speed.
Funny, I wouldn't have believed you if you'd never told me that in person.
No, never. What give you that impression? Not at all. Never found people talk high speed. I never talk high speed. I never talk high speed. This is just how I talk normally.
I am the very model of a modern Major General. I
am the very model of a modern Major General. I know any facts about it. I promise I don't actually know the fucking words. You know the fucking words. I know the fucking words.
I do, and it was because when I was in high school, a friend of mine bet me £5 that to see if I could sing it faster than the guy on YouTube, and I won £5.
Yeah,
however,
high five that works.
I then entered a Gilbert and Sullivan competition with that song and sang it at speed, and was told that I lost points because I was singing in an echoey room.
Fuck off, you bastards!
Yep, it was because the competition was being held in a church.
I was like, honey, there's nothing I can do about that shit.
Yeah, they were just like, you just shouldn't have chosen a patter song.
Should have chosen a patter song that's deliberately bad.
Well, so a patter song being a song that is spoken quickly.
Yeah. But also the point is, like, the modern Major General can't sing. Like, he sings off key. No, it's not off keys. It's off rhythm, isn't it?
No.
There's something that's off about the song. It's supposed to demonstrate that the modern Major General actually sucks.
Well, not so much. But it is in a fairly old operetta in which speech singing was not hugely common necessarily. I think he's the only character in the show who engages in kind of speak singing.
That'll be it then.
Yeah, I think that's probably it. Which is, it's great. And he's also an enormous fuddy-duddy. And actually,
He fuds and he duds.
I mean, Pirates of Penzance is not a bad show. I quite enjoy it. It does depend what you're into, but I find it to be quite fun. But yes, no, it was in the notes of my feedback afterwards was, had you chosen any other type of song, you'd probably have been fine. And I was like, you cunts.
He's like, you bastards!
You absolute bastards.
Yeah.
I am the very model of a modern major. Fuck you, cunt. Delightful.
Sit back in the sands of Penzance, just...
Dude, I was absolutely delighted when I discovered that there's a train that goes to Penzance from Edinburgh.
Do you want to dress like a pirate on it? I'll let you about that.
I mean, this is the thing though, because I think because I had never really heard anything about Penzance as a place before I saw it on a train, other than the Pirates of Penzance.
You didn't think it was real, did you?
I kinda didn't. I kinda honestly just thought it was like a made up place for a stupid made up story.
Entirely fair. But fun fact, speaking of pirates, I may end up looking a bit more like a pirate soon.
Why?
Because I have had a twitch in my left eye
Okay.
for ages.
Yeah.
And I finally got Dan to have a quick look at it, and he's like, yeah, I think that's one of the muscles in your eye firing, and it might be a result of a migraine. So I'm probably going to go down to the university and be like, hi, you've got a really good ophthalmology department. Do you want to have someone have a look?
That sounds exciting.
And there is a possibility, and again, I only found this out today, and I haven't researched this at all, so this is entirely spurious,
Fair.
that I may end up having to wear an eye patch.
That would be hilarious. I would laugh at you a great deal.
I would totally just retie this and just do like the Kakashi thing.
And
I fully would, man.
That is only acceptable
If my eye doesn't fucking work.
No, it's only acceptable if you have another bandana under the first bandana.
Well, that's if it's there. It's that one, that's fine.
Even there, you need to have a second one under the first one.
No, I need to have the eye of my best friend that I've ripped out.
Well,
I'm coming for you.
Any friend of Jonathan's whose sofa he sleeps on for the next, year, you are not safe.
Time to wear an iron face mask.
The hilarious thing being that Kelly had just said, and this is why we're friends.
Give me your eyes.
Oh God, that'll be the next stream.
Will be me getting arrested for eye theft.
It'll be a jogging special as we
run from the police.
We'll get a GoPro. It'll be fine.
Get a GoPro. It's like, what is happening? This is Jonathan booking it away from the cops with somebody's eye in a basket. Okay.
I'll believe it when I see it.
No.
Okay, I'll stop. I'm sorry. I tried.
You didn't have the foresight for that one.
You asshole.
Indeed. I have indeed an eye hole.
A gaping eye hole.
I'm not making it any better. Hey, look, man. Basically, I could get surgery on my eye, and then I could finally do my Corinthian cosplay.
I mean, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. Which presumably the Corinthian from the Sandman TV series. I was going to
honestly, it's pretty close to what's in the comics, so I can go make one or the other.
Fair. I mean, yeah, I assume that the aesthetics of a lot of it is very similar to the
less trench coaty in the comics.
That's entirely reasonable. I have to say though, I have been listening to the audio dramatizations.
So good.
The Dirk Maggs audio dramatizations of the Sandman. They're absolutely stunning.
So fucking good.
And I've been really enjoying like picking out like some of the like people who've made like little cameos, like Billy Boyd.
Yeah, Billy Boyd's in the third one.
Yeah.
And he's not credited.
No, he's not.
So I went into the fucking IMDb page for this. I was like,
Yeah.
that's fucking Billy Boyd.
Yeah.
I swear that's fucking Billy Boyd.
Yeah.
He's not in there. And then until I find a review, somebody saying, yeah, Billy Boyd did a great. Oh,
Yeah.
what is his fucking name?
There's some weird gravedigger guy.
Yeah, the D fucker.
Yeah. Yes, no, and it's because he's not in the IMDb, and it's delightful.
Yeah.
It took me a lot of digging to nail it. I was like, that's amazing, and also Ed Byrne.
Ed Byrne as the poet, as the playwright. I fully didn't notice him.
I did, and I was like,
I didn't catch
I
it.
know that voice.
I didn't catch it as Ed Byrne at all.
It was wild.
Like I got it in the credits, and I'm like, no fucking way was that Ed Byrne.
Yeah. Also, and this is one of the things I absolutely love. My friend and respected colleague Karen Bartkey, who is a successful Scottish actor, she voices Goldie.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
She does a couple of voices.
she does a couple of voices. Yes,
Oh my God!
She did a lot of voices in book one.
Yeah.
And then I think fewer as it's gone on, but her kind of main recurring one is the voice of Goldie. Yeah, and apparently, and she was telling me this, and I think this is pretty okay to share, because we were doing a gig together, and I'd said I've been listening out for you, it's so good. And she's like, I really love it. Dirk is such a great guy. The whole cast, everyone that I've met doing it has been so phenomenally lovely. But like, she said that like she kind of feels bad because like she sees some of these really incredibly talented actors doing these stunning vocal performances, and then she's coming in to do the voice of Goldie as the baby gargoyle.
Oh, baby gargoyle who doesn't talk, just kind of going.
And it's just like, you shouldn't feel bad about that. You're in there because you're great, but it's just it's adorable.
And adorable.
Yes, and adorable.
No, the fucking Audible Sandman production is amazing. The one problem I have with it is that it kind of ruined the Sandman TV show for me. Because I watched it and the guy who plays Morpheus in the show, he's good. He's got the physicality down. He does that really well. However,
he doesn't have James McAvoy's voice.
He doesn't have James McAvoy's voice, and James McAvoy fucking kills it. And honestly, I don't like some of the changes they made.
I didn't like some of the changes.
I didn't like the change they made to how hell happened. Also, Michael Sheen was a better Lucifer than Gwendolyn Christie. Don't fight me. Because Michael Sheen's really fucking scary in that role in the audio performance.
Just Michael Sheen again is an excellent voice actor.
But yeah, probably fucking scary.
Yeah.
I
mean, honestly, I wasn't keen on it from the first episode, and the thing I wasn't keen on was the changes and the shortcuts they made, which is fine because it's the first episode.
Yeah.
So the relationship between Charles Dance's head wizard
and
the son, whose name I can't remember.
No, it was Roderick Burgess and then his son, who was
Alex Burgess.
Yeah, Alex Burgess. Yeah.
Yeah, and Roderick Burgess and Alex Burgess, and it was
they also changed Roderick's reason for trying to summon death.
Yes, which I also didn't agree with.
I didn't like that. I didn't like making him sympathetic.
It weakened the character, I thought.
It did a little bit. There's a tiny change actually in that first episode that I really didn't like, because in the comic, Morpheus is let out by accident.
Yes.
He's let out by complete accident.
That's the point.
In the show, it's very heavily implied that it's intentional.
Yeah.
That Paul breaks the circle intentionally.
Yeah, that I didn't like.
And then Alex gets tortured for all eternity for that shit.
Yeah, which is just like not good.
That's not okay.
No.
And also like the Corinthian being involved in trapping Morpheus in the first place.
Yeah.
That's I didn't like that, because the whole thing in the comics is that Morpheus was gone for like 60 years, and several of the nightmares just kind of took the opportunity to walk the waking world.
Yeah, it's the idea of trying to say all of this was predetermined. And
yeah, it's not great because
yeah.
I didn't get quite far enough to really see what they did with Desire.
No. I would be curious. I don't imagine that. I mean, I would be curious actually if Desire turned up in the first season of the TV show.
Oh, he does.
He does.
It does.
They do. They do. Definitely they.
Dog. It's Desire. It's Omnisex.
Aye. Desire is just Desire.
Yeah, Desire is just Desire. Actually, that's another fucking great. Just in terms of the Endless, another bloody great casting choice they did. Kristen Schaal as Delirium. Kristen Schaal, who, for any of you animation fans out there, played Mabel Pines in Gravity Falls. And yeah, hearing that voice coming out of Delirium, who is, I think, probably the most or the second most terrifying of the Endless, in my opinion.
I mean, I think it's very opinion driven on that.
It's very opinion driven, but Delirium. I love Delirium as a character. I fucking love Delirium as a character. But also, holy shit!
I think Delirium, just because of what they represent, which is this idea that they started as Delight and then became
the great tragedy of Delirium.
Yeah. You know, and it's even in the kind of the thing where they try and unpack that, and with the voyage to kind of meet destruction.
Yeah.
It's still not fully unpacked, and still
you get that moment with Destiny.
Yeah.
Where Delirium becomes lucid. That was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, the whole Delirium Delight thing, as far as I'm aware, in the comics does not get explained because at the end of Volume 3, there's actually only 2 comics left. There's only 2 volumes left of the Sandman.
How very exciting!
So Act 4 is going to be that. It might do Dream Hunters, and that's kind of it.
I mean, I suppose again the point of having a series that isn't a neat tied up story per se. It's just adventures in the life of a character.
The last 2 volumes are the 9th volume. We've got the 9th and 10th to go. The 9th volume is one long story.
Yeah, they've done a few of those.
Yeah, because that's what the first one was, kind of. That's what the second one kind of was, and then we got into the more episodic stuff, which contains some of my favourite stories.
Yeah.
If you read nothing else of the Sandman, look up a story called 3 Septembers and a January. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. But that is also us coming up on 2 hours.
It is, yes.
Shortly. So I'm going to do the plugging, and then we're going to stop.
That sounds like
to run low.
That sounds like a good plan.
So, thank you everybody for coming out. This has been very fun. You can find me on Twitter at JonathanHoney4. You can find my games company, All the Lions Games, because I make video games. At all_games. You can also find me on Patreon at JonathanHoney. I write stories, I write game reviews. You can find all that. I also have a website, which is jonathandavidhoney.com, where you can find all of my game reviews. The series I'm currently publishing called We Are Not Legends, which is this sort of great urban fantasy about sort of mythical heroes in modern day and sort of like how that affects people. And there's some cool fight scenes in it. And a lot of uses of the word fuck.
Some quite creative.
Quite creative. I'm quite proud of some of my uses of the word fuck.
Yeah.
And also lots and lots of twama. Twama.
I edited that twama.
He edits them, so you're kind of supporting both of us if you go and read them. Please go and read them. Please, please, please. There's like 11 chapters out, a 12th coming out at the end of this month. Please read it. I just want somebody to read it.
Yeah. And then send him feedback.
Then send me feedback, because creating and Howling Into the Void is very, very hard, and it makes me want to jump myself off a bridge.
Otherwise, I am Chris Honey Actor on Instagram, where I occasionally post pictures and joyful things about the theatre things that I do. Twama.
And you can find all of these, our previous streams, uploaded to YouTube, which is The Brothers Honey on YouTube.
Yeah, and I think that is everything.
I think that's everything.
It's fucking better.
Fucking bye!
Oh, shit, let's make them go away!
Kill the stream, brother, kill the stream! Please, for the love of God!